How important is a man's best friend? Years ago in Smallville, we see Jonathan Kent asking his wife what is going on with their son. Why isn't he eating like normal, and why has he been sulking so much lately? While Clark steps in the door and reminds his dad that he can hear him, Jonathan tells him just because you hear something doesn't mean you're listening. If there's something eating at you, just talk about it. Their conversation gets interrupted when Clark all of a sudden hears something crash, but not a normal car crash. No, something fell out of the sky. The young teenager takes off as fast as he can to go investigate, and upon arrival, he comes across a ship that looked an awful lot like his. A simple wave of his hand, the ship begins to open up for the last son of Krypton, and Clark is shocked when he sees a puppy looking up at him, but he's even more surprised by how strong this thing is. Krypto then takes off in blazing speed, and with a big smile on his face, Clark tells his parents not to worry, that he's got him. The young man of steel takes off as well. While the Kents are standing there, they're then faced with a hologram of Jor-El, who is explaining exactly what this is. This puppy was a test subject for a ship that would be launched from Krypton, but Jor-El needed to make sure that the ship could contain live cargo. While Jor-El was confident that the life support system inside of the ship would work, and that's all he wanted to really test at the time, the navigational system just wasn't functioning and ready for launch yet. Jor-El does add a personal note, saying he feels horrible about this because his young son has taken a liking to this subject, hanging off of it all the time, babbling to it incessantly, and calling it Krypto. We see Clark and his new buddy bonding, playing fetch, and John telling his son that he doesn't care for them playing, just to try not to throw the stick all the way to Michigan. He knows his son can handle the dog and keep up with it, but they need to be smart. While Clark takes off to go rein the young pup in, we see Ma Kent telling her husband that she hasn't seen her son this happy in a long time, and while John says, yeah, it's a good dog, she tells him that it's more than that. Every kid, no matter how many friends they have or how much family or how much they feel loved, every single kid eventually feels alone. The difference with Clark, though, is that he's right. He is different. He's different from every single person that he knows. Animal knows what it feels like to be just like him, to do the things that they can do, to be the being that he is. There was no one else like Clark in the whole world until now, and he's not alone anymore. Besides, every kid needs a dog.